Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. So of course, we got ourselves the Vault event weekend. It's also the final stream we'll likely be able to do before Easter, so happy Easter everyone in a few days. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Oh yeah, do we have a thingy for it? Oh yeah, we do have the calendar thing going for it. We get a free thing in exactly a week from today. And of course, there's offers up until then. And of course, if you haven't done it for this week, by the end of this week, you do end up getting the 2021 Easter pet, as well as, of course, well, it kind of already passed, but the Wednesday pet 2 days ago, we, of course, also had for the 2025 pet. But anyways, I have not had time to grind any of the Vault event weekend, so that is exactly what we shall be doing today. That and clearing out any dailies we may have laying around that are actually worth doing. Why is not a single one here worth doing? Well, I guess we'll start with dungeon. Come on, top 3. Oh, not top 3. Come on, guess the door. Oh, we do have a guess the door, though. Let me go move this over so I can go see everything. But yeah, let me go get the guest the door going. Let's see. But anyways, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Start a poll. Let's see. Guess that door. That's a really quick guess the door already. We're just starting. We'll leave it up for a little bit then. I'm still in the buys for 4. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful, wonderful start of your weekend. And a wonderful soon-to-be Easter. Even all the skulls have the little bunny ears and everything. Oh yeah, where did I end up putting my bunny ears? I'm not sure where they are right now. Ever since I've had to move everything for the... It's why I didn't wear them on Monday either. Because ever since I had to move everything for the floors, I honestly have no clue where I end up putting them. They're definitely somewheres here and probably not thrown out. But so many things got moved around that I actually do not know where their location currently is. Like all the holiday hats that we have laying around. But yeah, I need to find them at some point because I have no clue where they are. They might just be buried somewheres in like some of the stuff I didn't bother unpacking from it all. I unpacked most of it though, but there's probably something laying around that like those that didn't end up getting sorted out. That's a later issue, it's not too big a deal. Oh, yeah, also, by the way, if you hear dog barking in the background, that's the reason why we're late. I was letting the dog out and trying to get it to stop barking and everything, but it just loves so much attention. And since there's no one else here right now, yeah, just gonna keep barking every time I stop petting it. Like the second I did it, like 10 seconds later, it started barking again. Gonna have some barking ambience in the background. Because that was a very scuffed battle. Which I'm not sure if it's coming in through the mic. Hopefully it's not. Ever since we did get the normal flooring, gosh, I almost need like soundproofing for like the bottom of the door. Because sound goes through it so easily now. Compared to when there was like carpet there buffering it a little. Alright, what's currently winning? 4 is currently winning? Okay, we'll go for 4. No votes for 6. That means there's a 100% chance it's 6. Oh, we got it! We got it! Where's my code section? I don't have a code section open. We got it! We got the thing! Congrats, everyone! We got the thing. It was indeed 4. Huge, 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 huge. Let me go get that real quick. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 1 second. Trying to find my code section. There we go. Hopefully it's saved. I had to restart the computer earlier. Let's hope it's saved. It should have, but there it goes. There's the redeem code. We have indeed gotten successful Dragonite. Which, I actually got it yesterday too, so we're actually on a 2-day streak right now for Dragonite. That's pretty huge. We still, have we never gotten to 3? I don't think we ever have. We've gotten double, like, at least 10 different times now. But we have never gotten the triple, I don't believe. Where we got the Dragonite reward 3 days in a row. I'll find out tomorrow. The next stream for Gems of War will be on Monday. And then, hey, on Wednesday will be the 10-year anniversary stream as well. Or, sorry, not 10-year, 9-year anniversary stream. There we go, 120 Dragonite. Nice, nice. Also, I was saying 8-year earlier, but yeah, it was actually the, it's actually the 9-year anniversary to channel. I somehow lost a year in all of it. Not sure where that year went. Alright, we did that. Or maybe I just looked at the date wrong. I'll reconfirm it on the day. Alright, what are we doing now? Underspire. Gosh, I got so many Underspire battles I gotta do later. I'm sure if we're gonna bother with any today. I just get them all done on Sunday night. We have 48 torches we gotta go do. We haven't even found the door in section 1 yet. Luckily, I don't think it was that bad. What was our restriction this week? For Underspire? Let's see. Our restriction was... Oh, yeah, this week kind of free. We have one of the... honestly, I was going to say we have one of the dragons, but honestly, half the kingdoms have a dragon now. So it's not really that big a deal if you do or don't, or, you know, or, like, speculation on if one does or not. Because honestly, they all pretty much have one now. Not all of them, but a good number of them have this a nice, powerful thing that just one-shot everything. At least for the first 2 floors. Obviously, as you go deeper, it becomes increasingly less viable. Oh, that's funny. We just killed 2 firebombs, and what do we summon? Another firebomb. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in with full mana like the other ones do. Yeah, we'll visit that a little bit later if we want to go for that. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually get us Vault Event supplies. They did not actually appear in that area, so we can't actually end up going for it. I guess we'll help out the guild. That's the other thing that we need to go do that still gives us nothing towards the contribution towards the gnomes. However, we need to help out the guild. Today should be the last day that we need to bother with it, though. So hello, Draco. Hello, Mark. Hello. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all you guys have been having a wonderful start of your weekend and a wonderful holiday coming around. Yeah, we're already prepping all the food tomorrow night. Yeah, we're going a little bit of a different kind of Easter thing. I don't think we have anything egg-related this time, though. Not just because of the cost of eggs, but we just happen to not have anything egg-related. We're doing a ham, oh gosh, what are those things called? The, canned yams, or not canned yams, candied yams, whatever they are when you put them in sugar and everything. Cinnamon sugar. We're doing a lobster mac and cheese. And, I think we were doing a potato salad. And I think that was it. So a nice little, Easter. Just with a few family members, not like a huge amount. We're not going anywhere forward, of course. Just a local Easter. Which I'm not sure if I will be traveling at all this year. So I haven't decided if I'm going to be going this summer or not anywheres. Hello, Mr. Jesse! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, 1 minute off. That's never ideal. Really, all this mess and we don't have an extra turn anywheres? Like, I'm gonna try for the purple thing there. Alright, nice. Extra turner off the skulls. Very perfect. And one really great thing about the ruby weapon as well is you basically max cash every time as well. So on top of the really high damage, yeah, free max cash. Obviously it's not a lot, but it adds up. Same as just using Leprechaun on your teams. Like 20 doesn't seem like much, especially if you only cast it 1, but it adds up to be like almost 50,000 extra gold an hour or something. Like it really starts adding up. Same as hitting the max 100 every time. Oh gosh, 99. Right on the dot. Alright, what do we need here? Do we have any alignment here that's relevant? Also, I keep thinking that these are skulls. These are just booty gems. Those are not actually skulls. Skulls all have bunny ears. Alright, the final battle already. Didn't take that long to get to it. Oh, we got the Valraven though. Nice, nice. But I plan to get most of my Vault Weekend grind done probably this Sunday. After all the Easter festivities. Because aside from that, I have pretty much nothing planned for Easter. Honestly, I'm probably going to be busier tomorrow than on Easter itself. Because Easter's going to be meeting up for a couple hours, eating, and then the rest of the day is just going to be like, whatever. The only problem is it's pretty much right when we normally stream, though. Because we're eating around like 6-ish, 7-ish. So unfortunately, no stream that night. What do I need here? We'll go for the little poke over there. Extra turn and all that mess. Also, I should probably kill this Valraven already before it runs away with 1 HP. That would not be good. Alright, probably the final battle, unless we get really good Valraven luck here. Yep, the final one for this one. Okay, let's find out another code then. Yep, that thing's overriding the thing. Wait. There you go. Enjoy. Yeah, now that we're on our Dragonite streak, hopefully we'll get a lot of Dragonite from the actual Vault event weekend. We still gotta repair all of our Dragonite from when we went for the Flower Dragons. Luckily, we didn't go too unlucky with them. I think it took us 9. It was like 9 or 10. Which is actually not that bad. Bet a 600 apiece still burns through the stack pretty quickly. Alright, there we go. But yeah, we got 2 perfects in a row so far. Hopefully we'll get a 3rd one tomorrow. That'd be funny if we actually get a 4th going all the way into Easter or 5th into Monday. Highly doubt it though. But you never know. Actually, how many Volkies do we have right now? 40. Just so I know for how many we get this weekend, because I haven't even started the grind at all. Any battles that I have done are all in areas where you don't get any of them. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Let me go use the 1 hour booster too. Because I think we're right there. Yeah, I just need like 1 PvP battle. Alright, let me go get all of our bonus, and then we'll go do, the activation for an hour. How have I been? I've been doing pretty good. Things been a little busy recently. But otherwise, everything's been going nice. Also, lobster is expensive these days, though in all fairness, so is everything. But whenever I don't buy something for a while, it always shocks me how much it's gone up in the last year to a couple years. Because lobster is obviously not something I buy that often. But it was way more than I was expecting. It was around like 50, 60 a pound. I remember getting it on sale like in 2020 or 2019 or so for like 20 for a pound. Especially if they caught too much when it's like the season for them. Sometimes it can get even cheaper than that. But yeah, it was like 3 times more expensive. Which is insane. After only like 5 years. Oh, Magic loses battle. Pretty careful. Hello, MK Jets. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we surely need to do 1 PvP battle. Oh yeah, I did remember to do the thingy yesterday, didn't I? Also, hello, Ron as well. Welcome, welcome. Oh, let's hope I did. I'm pretty sure I did remember. What was yesterday? Yesterday was Thursday, which means, yeah, we do have them. It's Human and, I think Taurus. Human is the one I did it with Tesla team, so the team should be saved, unless I did it on mobile. Okay, good, I did do it on PC. The other team I don't believe is saved, though. I think the last time I did it was on mobile, and it doesn't save it between platforms. There's something else that always confuses me with the save teams for PvP. There's like some weird things that end up deleting them, but also it doesn't save between platform to platform. So if I make a team and then it's like, oh yeah, I have that team already built, and then I use the mobile version, it's like, oh yeah, it's not here. It's only on the PC version or vice versa. I was gonna say back-to-back Valhawks, yeah, duh, because they're guaranteed. Have they actually confirmed if that's a new feature or bug yet? Does anyone actually know? Anyone who's been paying close attention to the forum, because I haven't really been keeping tabs on it much lately. But, I really hope that's intended. Because they need to never, ever, ever undo that ever. It was one of the best things they've done to the daily system in a very absurdly long time. I was gonna say, we're gonna die to anything there, aren't we? Luckily, dying here doesn't really matter too much. Okay, let me go get the hour booster going. Do we have it now? We should. Yeah, there we go. Let's get it rolling. Nice. Might as well get the XP boosters going with it. Do I have exactly 4? No, I have 5. You know what? We'll do all 5. Why not? Let's go get them all out so we can get our vault keys there. Alright, so we got an XP booster for an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, let's keep farming. We got the double boost for an hour from PvP Weekly. Unfortunately, it does not boost stuff you get from Paloozas, which is honestly probably the next place we're heading after we finish up PvP. Because the weekend event, of course, is Vault Event Weekend. There's nothing else we need to deal with beyond Vault Event Weekend. So, of course, that'll be the main thing we'll be farming. Not sure what my goal is this weekend. Ever since we've been not streaming, I've been hitting about 150 to 200 every weekend. Which is a bit worse than our 300, which is a bit worse than our 1000s. I haven't gone for 1,000 on one of them in a very long time. Probably one weekend this year we will go for it. It does take a while though, especially if you don't already preemptively have the Paloozas. Yeah, we're talking like a good 30-ish hours, give or take a little bit. Like if you're farming all the Paloozas from scratch. It's a lot of keys though, a lot of value. It's also a lot of time. As I would say, the average Vault Event weekend these weekends, I farm for like, what, 6 to 10 hours, I would say? Compared to in the past where we used to do it for like 40, 50 hours within like 3 days. Definitely a bit less these days. The main thing that's making me farm them less, though, is mostly just how many resources we already have. Or there are a handful of things we still need. There's a lot of it that we, you know, just don't need. Compared to if you're doing on like a newer account or account that still needs a lot of progression. Feels a lot more enticing going for Vault Weekend because there's a lot more progression you get from it. Because we see a very, very minimal improvement whenever we do a Vault Weekend. Like, we get 2,000 keys and it barely look any different than like 200 as far as how much value we'd get from it. Unless we get really lucky on the pools. Because a lot of the things we need from them are just really rare drops, like few % drops. Like all the silver, gold, glory orbs, stuff like that, the pet orbs. All the things that are like a singular digit % or less. Is there a singular digit % just when you get the drop? That's not even counting the chance that you actually get the orb that then randomly rolls for that %. So technically there are under 1% some of them. Alright, let me go check out the other ones. We gotta do Taurus. I don't think I have a team saved here. No, that's what I thought. I do on mobile, but I don't on PC right now. I don't know. What are we running these days on Taurus? I feel like Taurus is really clunky. We have access to Silence. We have access to 2 different things that can 50% mana star, a Legend or Hero. I'd probably do it off to Legends. Where's the Legend? One of these Legends says 50% mana start to all. I think it's this one. Yeah, 50% to all Tauruses. So let me get that one. Honestly, I think I'm just going to do this into double silence and just use Hero Weapon. Do any of them have a good mana link or Empower? I know we have the Empower, yeah, him. Do we have any good link other than him? Honestly, I might just go for it. I'll go for one of him and then just go big weapon, like, because we should be able to go any weapon here. So I think we're just going to run Ruby again. Like we did for Underspire, and just run it like this. Run it like that. We could also run Double Soothsayer if we want, but I think we're going to run it this way. And then just run a really strong hero class. In this case, I guess we're going to go mech, so we don't have to deal with Submerge Gems. Because, of course, you got to factor in Submerge Gems for pretty much everything you do this season. I guess mine is purple. Should have a pretty good one here for that. Yeah, +2 brown, +1 red. What other color are we missing? Or is it just purple? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's just purple. Purple is the only color we're missing. Alright, that's fine. Perfect. Alright, that should work then. At least we stole bunnies for Easter. Yeah, we didn't even do up an egg salad. We literally just went for a potato salad instead. Just because it's so much cheaper these days. The only thing we really splurged on was the lobster for the lobster mac and cheese. Yeah, we still cut back with no egg. I don't know, my egg consumption has definitely gone down a lot this year so far. Like, I'm still eating them, just way less than I have probably any year ever. To the point now, I can pretty much just live without them. Even though I do like egg-based things quite a bit. Like, it's been a good, like, 3 weeks since I've had an omelet. Which is normally something I have, like, 3 times a week, if not more. Oh, what do we need here? I'll take that one over. Because the ham my mom actually ended up getting from work. So we didn't even have to pay for it either. Which is really nice. They normally send a turkey thing too for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Which I hope, she's worked for them for like almost a decade now. Yeah, that's one thing that still feels weird. Anytime I go food shopping, even if it's for the small stuff, it is always a triple-digit number by the end. That still throws me off like crazy. Because that didn't used to always happen. But now you'll go in for like 5 things and it'll easily be a triple-digit number. Because, of course, you never go just for those 5 things. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm getting robbed every time I go food shopping these days. Just need to eat less food. Obviously, holidays are like a different occasion to splurge for and everything. But my day-to-day consumption has definitely gone down. Probably for the better, though. I need to lose weight. I still keep, like, creeping up slightly. It's also a slight lack of exercise. Not that I don't at all, but I really could be more. Weather's been getting really nice lately, though. I think we lose this battle. I think it is actually quicker just to run away than to try to win this. It's not going to stop me from trying to win this, though. We have a chance. It's probably 100% worth running, though. Oh, what do we need? What do we need? Go for that over there. Yeah, we're going to have to run. Ooh. If this was Guild Wars, we'd fight it out to the end. That's something I normally don't use for tourists. We do have Double Ferocity. Double Ferocity is pretty good. It's definitely an angle to go. It's like having a little bit more utility on the team. I feel like the only one of those that you could really get away with it is the yellow one. Triple finesse into like hero weapon. And it's up working out really, really well. It's not that you can't use the other ones, it feels like that one works the best out of any of them. The other one that is slightly decent, especially if you don't have as many Takshakas, is the green one, I believe it is, which ends up giving benefit to all Nagas. Which means basically every time Takshaka casts, you just get magic for your entire team. It's really good for Guild War, pure Naga restriction, or just any Naga restriction in general. You haven't missed the scales restriction. Okay, let's see, how bad are we on ladder right now? Gosh, Diamond is so much scarier than Ruby. If we were Ruby right now, it'd be in like 4th place with this number. Right now, we're like about to get... honestly, I kind of want to get this low. I should stop doing like any PvP because I actually want to be below this bar later. So that way we can move into next week and just get the freest ever free deed book. Speaking of which, let me go get our deed book right now. We should have at least one lane here. Where's the shop? PvP shop. Other... Oh, we're too short of a triple. We'll hand out a code if we get a purple. Come on, purple, purple. Purple. Boo. You know what? We'll still hand out a code. We finished up PvP. Still hand out the code. No purple, though. Anyways. What are we doing? What are we doing? I think we're finally doing Palooza time. Might as well while we have the bonus and everything. Better spam Explore 12. But yeah, we haven't even started the Vault-Van grind. It's time. Alright, let's go get it going. Before we do, though, I'm gonna go do Cinemirage real quick, just setting up the team because I don't have it set up yet. I still have the Quick Kill team. Get our double Ironhawk team going so we can go start getting our Volt event weekend going. Alright, good to go. Alright, let's go and head over to games, head over to SoulForge. And how many do we have right now? We have 14. Alright, not as many as I would hope we would have, but we can still work with that. We can still work with that indeed. Alright, let's get rolling. Yeah, that is an area where I might need to start considering using the Immortal. There's actually very few areas I use the Immortal for. Because if I don't have a really powerful one, I generally don't use it in a given area. I feel like the only two I really use are Ossifer and the Glacial one. And the only reason I even use that Glacial one is because we got it pretty much maxed during the season. If we didn't, I'm pretty sure I would barely even use it. Guess you might need to go pet the doggy. I did for like 15 minutes before the stream. I let it out for a little bit, pet it for a while. And then the second you stop for like 10 seconds, it starts going off. I'm not sure why that dog hates me so much. I've always been more of a cat person. And because of that, because like the cat smells on me, I always thought dogs hated me because of that. Well, honestly, a lot of dogs just hate me for no reason. Like that one. I don't know why. And there's a lot of dogs that are just really chill. That is not one of them. That dog honestly hates everyone, though. So locked into the Palooza. No misclicks, only click. Oh, also, by the way, hello, Miss Insanewitch. Sorry, I didn't see your comment earlier. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. How's the Paleo grind been going? If you guys still been playing it. Honestly, I should go join you guys at some point. I feel like anytime I ever log into Discord, I see all you guys playing together. Like, every time I open it up, it's like, oh, yep, there they are. Hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Actually, you know what we'll be trying is a new game next week. It came out this Tuesday, and I was originally going to play it exactly when it launched. They kind of shadow dropped it out of nowhere. But I figured I'd wait for the 9-year anniversary to channel. But we're going to be playing Dragon Wilds this Wednesday. It's a new survival game that ended up getting released. And while I haven't really tried too many things in that genre, we did try Palworld and had quite a bit of fun with it. It's a single-player game, but it has up to 4-player co-op. Our initial playthrough will definitely be single-player, though. But I figured I'd get it. Seems like it's early access enough that it still needs like a lot of development from what I've seen. I haven't seen like too much with it, so I wanted to give it a shot, see what it's like, and just hope that it's better down the line. But I figured it'd be a fun thing to do for the 9-year anniversary to channel, just have something to do most of the day. And then do a Gems of War stream later that night, which is this Wednesday then. We'll be doing that for most of the day and then doing Gems of War later that night to celebrate. Hello, Jordy! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Is the Rowan available in chests once you unlocking her? Yeah, she's always available in chests, even before you unlock her. You end up getting 1 copy from completing out Forest of Thorns questline, and then after that, or even before that, you can get her at any point in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest drop table. There are a lot of epics in the game these days, so getting specifically her is very unlikely. But she is in the drop table always. At least for Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest drop table. The easiest time to ever get her is when there's a Forest of Thorns event. You can event key for her pretty easily to get more copies of her. But even if you only have 1, you can use blue orbs to try to upgrade her. If you really want to prioritize getting her up. Because there aren't too many teams where you need more than 1 of her. She is occasionally used with 2, but most teams only use 1. So the one that you get from the kingdom is normally enough. You're new to the game and currently looked at level 18 on your character because you need to ascend them. Yeah, basically how they end up working is they're based on their current base rarity. So commons go up to 15 with mythics able to go all the way up to 20. But yeah, the main ways that you would get her up is either getting more copies, which yeah, would be the Glory Gem Guild or VIP chest drop table, those. Mostly Glory and Gem keys probably early on. But the seal keys you get from Guild as well. But yeah, opening those keys, pretty much everything except for the gold keys and event keys. But every other key other than that, they should be in drop table. And beyond that, yeah, just getting blue orbs just from doing things like Vault Event Weekend's a great time to be doing it. Right now, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, best time to be farming in the entire game. Go to something like Explore or even just doing the quests and everything, and you'll randomly see gnomes. You could do it in PvP as well. And these give you a lot of loot, and one of the main loots being Vault Keys. And those Vault Keys have a really good chance of giving you orbs, which can really expedite upgrading troops. Or even just with 1 copy, you can fully max them out. Orange orbs give the traits, green orbs give the levels, blue orbs ascend them without needing all the extra copies of them. And a few other ones as well. I do a bunch of various things. But yeah, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, the best time to be grinding for it. So perfect timing to start the account. They do it about once a month, about every 4 weeks. However, this month was a little bit different because we actually had 2. We had 1 2 weeks ago and 1 this week because of Easter. But most months only have 1 Vault Event Weekend. That's 3 days where you can farm a bunch of loot. Hey, we just got a Volkey right there, nice. Yep, no problem. But yeah, now's the best time to be starting. You get so much loot during Vault Event Weekend. The only thing that might be bad about starting now is loot is going to feel almost horrible when it's not Vault Event Weekend. Compared to right now. Because right now is when you get way above average. Like right what we're doing exactly at this moment is a Palooza. Which once you get 1 verse from the 4 gnomes. Basically, there's a bunch of gnomes that you can end up killing, and there's a drop that 4 of them have that'll let you do a Palooza for 15 minutes. And it makes every single battle you do 4 gnomes, which is a lot of loot. Like an insanely high amount. Like the highest you can ever get in the game. Oh yeah, that was the other reason why they did double Vault Event Weekend this month as well. Yeah, Guild Wars did end up getting delayed. So hello, Chris Purpose of a dinner. Say hello earlier. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Let's see. Speaking of the anniversary, let's give a thumbs up. Thank you, Ron. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. But yeah, I still can't believe it's been 9 years as of this Wednesday. I technically was doing it a little bit before then, but what I consider the anniversary of the channel is when we started doing the weekly videos. Like those videos that we post every Monday going over everything for the week. We've been doing those for exactly 9 years as of this Wednesday. Which is an insanely long amount of time. Honestly, it's probably the longest I've ever done anything, like consecutively. After this, since we're boosted up with everything, I might go start running some Explore 12 to see if we can get some more verses. Because I didn't realize we only have 4 above 14 right now. Technically 3 since we just used 1. We actually have a lot less Paloozas than I thought we did. Like way, way less. I thought it was at like 20-ish, but we're actually only at 14 starting this weekend. I think the problem is I used a lot more near the end of last Vault weekend than I thought I did. I didn't bother grinding more. Because I ended by opening a bunch of them rather than grinding for more of them. Whereas normally it's the other way around. We'll use a bunch of them on stream, but then I'll grind for a bunch. Do your chances increase for verses by doing higher tier explorers? No. That's one thing that's actually really nice about Explore. You can literally do it on Explore 1. Actually, we're doing it on Explore 1 right now. But nope, it does not get scaled at all based on difficulty. The only thing that matters is winning as quickly as possible. Which, yeah, something like Rowain is really good for doing that. Especially if you have Leprechaun laying around. Cast Leprechaun and immediately do Rowain or whatever you have to give it mana with Empower. Any troop that has Empower that can give it mana quickly. Gonna be really nice to have. Because Rowain does win pretty quickly. It's one of the more accessible early game options for winning really quickly at low level. If you don't have enough damage to one-shot Explore 1, you'll eventually get enough guard tokens and then equip those guard tokens because those give you extra armor. Each one is 8 extra armor, which is 16 extra damage. So if you don't have the damage to one-shot Explore 1 with Rowain, you should pretty quickly just by doing some Explore. As every single time you open one of those chests, you get a bunch of tokens. And every time you get 9 of one, you get it upgraded so you can actually get a bunch of stats from it. And the most common one, the lowest rarity one, is actually armor, which is actually the main one you want, oddly enough, for her. Which is that one, guard, token of guard. But you get 9 of those, and that's 8 armor, and you could equip up to 3 of them. So if you don't have enough to one-shot Explore 1, that would eventually get you there as you're farming Explore 1. Doing all quests is still really good to be doing in early game. It's definitely a really high priority in early game. You should try to complete out every quest in every area. And if I'm not mistaken, gnomes do appear in quest storyline. I'm pretty sure they still do. I knew they used to back in the day. I forget if they still do, but I'm pretty sure they do. But if you are seeing gnomes in the main storyline, yeah, continuing with the storyline is perfectly fine. It's really high priority to finish the storyline for every kingdom. If you're at the point where you have the power where you can kill every kingdom out. Oh nice, we just got Epic Volky. Even better. Yeah, there's been a lot of people who've come and go for Gems of War. We've had at least a few really prevalent content creators who've kind of came and left. But it makes sense. Yeah, we've been around since day 1. Which was a little over 10 years ago. I just didn't really start making like super regular content for it until about a year after. As far as doing it on like a weekly basis. We did cover a few videos here and there, even on like week 1. Do you know what our first video ever was? Yeah, which just shows how dated it was. It was an Iron Key and Magic Key opening. I think one video was an Iron Key opening and one was a Magic Key opening. And neither of those two chests even exist anymore. It was the previous chest system that the game originally launched with before they reworked it like a year or 2 later. But that is how dated our very first video was. Like 10 years ago or 10 and a half years ago for the game. Like the thing the video was on doesn't even exist in the game anymore. Or at least not in the way that it existed back then. Because how they used to work is you used to get 3 troops simultaneously from one key. But the key system used to be drastically different. Where there's basically a free-to-play key and then a money key. Or, you know, the one that you spend gems on. Where there still was a way to earn gems, but there was way less ways to earn gems back then compared to now. Whereas now you can earn the premium currency pretty easily. Like, the buy gems option in this game is pretty irrelevant these days. There are offers in the game worth getting, like some of the season passes and stuff like that. But the actual buy gems offer is so hilariously bad these days just because of how many more ways there are just to naturally farm gems. Including Vault Event weekends. Because every single one of these Vault keys, I believe if you take the average amount of gems they give, I think you're getting like 10 to 20 gems per Vault key. If we break down like the average drop between the 100 gem drop, the 300 gem drop, the 6 and 24 gems that you can end up getting from them. I'm pretty sure it comes out to like 10, 20 gems per key. Yeah, we do cover some things that aren't Gems of War. I've always tried branching out, but generally, whenever I've tried branching out into another game, it tends to do really popular at first and then fizzles out to nothing. Like, obviously, most recently, Brighter Shores. While I still do play Brighter Shores daily and everything, and keep up with the dailies for that game and everything like that. Like, that game did so well initially. And now, it literally has a player base, like, smaller than how many people are on Steam right now. Hold on, I'm letting the boosters go down. But if I go check the number, and of course, this isn't the whole entire player base of Gems of War, but the 100% entire player base of Brighter Shores right now, counting every platform, is 464. Which has gone down so much. Whereas you compare that to like Gems of War right now, Gems of War has just always been so stable. The Gems of War community has been amazing. But just on Steam right now alone is double that number. Like at about 756. And of course, Steam is one of the lower platforms. Most people play on mobile. As well as, of course, all the console versions that are out there. But most of the player base is on mobile. Like, if I had to guess concurrent right now, it's probably about 5,000 counting every version. It just, you know, the PC number only shows the PC number. What am I doing right now? Oh yeah, let's go do some Explore 12. Because I want to do that while we had the booster. I think we were doing it in Golvania. With, actually, yeah, we're doing Flower Dragon Quick Kill. The new Flower Dragon that ended up coming out. Oh yeah, this isn't the one-shot team. Actually, where is our one-shot team? Should probably go drag that out. Where's my one-shot team at? The one that uses the new Mythic that came out earlier this month. Not Takshaka. Explore 1 one-shot. There it is. But yeah, of course, with Mist Mother now, we do have access to one-shot Explore 12, which is absolutely insane. You just take an extra turn, get all your mana, cast a new Flower Dragon, and they all just die. I still can't get over how broken that is. Power creep has hit hard over the last decade. It's so much fun, though. Is there a way to farm medals? You've only got one. You haven't figured out how to get more. Basically, just spam Explore 12. The best way to get more medals is to be able to do Explore 12. However, doing Explore 12 is really hard with early game stuff. There are a few drops that you could end up getting, like Tesla, which is a legendary from Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests. But unless you get something really, really good at killing Explore 12, it's generally not worth doing with lower stats. Normally, it's best to just do whatever you can one-shot, like the highest level thing that you can one-shot. So if your Wayne can currently one-shot up to Explore 2 or Explore 3, do that. But until you can start like 1-2-shotting Explore 12, you shouldn't really be going for it. Or until you have like a really consistent insta-kill troop. These Explore 12 has a lot of stats. You're stuck at Explore 4? Honestly, that's still perfectly fine. You still get a lot of loot from just one-shotting Explore 4. Or 3 or whatever you're doing right now with it. Just make sure that you're one-shotting it. Because it's way better to one-shot Explore 2 or 3 than it is to try to kill 4 or 5. Because the amount of speed that you get from one-shotting is just way quicker. A lot of farming in this game tends to be like that. Until you have to do harder game modes. The main harder ones being PvP, Guild Wars, and some of the weekly related restrictions. Most because if you're missing some of the things for the restriction, it can be a little bit more difficult to scrap a team together. Which I've been doing a lot more often recently. Like having special events that have really, really specific restrictions. One of the main reasons for that is when you're allowed to use anything, the current meta of the game is very broken. Like very, very broken. Like teams like these. There's a lot of the more restrictive game modes, or kind of have to be like that, just so there's some resemblance of balance. Yeah, any Vault keys that you get this weekend, that early on in the game, I highly advise open them immediately. Normally, it's best to hoard them until after the event, so you spend all your time during a Vault event actually farming for Vault stuff. But when you're that new of a player, you pretty much want to open every Vault key you ever get immediately, assuming you're strong enough to take out that battle. Which I believe you should be able to at those stats. I'm not sure, though, if you've tried one yet. But those Vault keys have some really, really good loot in it. Some of the best in the game. So we've been on such a non-extra turn streak lately. This team's a lot slower when we don't get the extra turn. Because the whole premise of it is to land the extra turn so we could one-shot. But it's really slow at getting the recovery attack. Compared to the other team that has so much mana accumulation per turn. We're getting really unlucky. For several battles in a row now with no extra turn. You tried on the second hardest and beat it? Nice. Yeah, you ideally want to be trying it on the highest difficulty. But yeah, they have added some difficulty sliders for it, which can make it a little bit more accessible. But yeah, them at max difficulty gives some of the best loot in the game. Vault keys and epic vault keys. Because they can give things like premium currency, unique cards that are only in their drop table. Some of which are used to craft some of the best stuff in the game. As well as just a bunch of just good resources in general. Doesn't have every resource in the game, but a lot of the more useful ones it does. And pretty noteworthy that early on in the game being keys. They could drop a lot of gem keys and event keys. Event keys giving you a bunch of stuff from the current event. And gem keys just giving a wide drop of everything in the game. And they're a great catch-up mechanic too, gem keys in general. Especially when you get them for free without needing to spend gems on them. Because there's so many other things you generally want to be spending gems on. So when you can simply get gem keys outright from various things, most notably Vault event weekends, it's really nice. Because it kind of skips the middle ground that you need to go through. Because ideally in early game these days, you don't really want to be spending gems on gem keys or any kind of key. There's so many other things from weekly events and other things that you normally want to invest it into. Because gems that early on are kind of a scarce resource. Whereas later in the game you have more than you ever know what to do with. And you're kind of just hoarding them till the next gem sink. Oh nice! Verse 3, that's the one I need. So these were the gnomes I was talking about earlier. If you get one of each of the 4, they give you 15 minutes of the Palooza, which makes every battle that you do for 15 minutes 4 gnome battles. Which is just as broken as it sounds. Instead of having to find a bunch of random gnomes, it turns every battle into 4 gnomes. And obviously you'd want to do that on something like Explore 1. And this is the one I have the least of, so... Nice. Unfortunately, there's not a way to target one that you're missing. Then just hope you get it. It is a bit luck-based. Oh, I don't have enough damage to kill there. No! Gosh, I hate when we get a slower battle like this. Anytime we get a battle like this, it makes me just want to use the double cast team. Because if we're already going to have to double cast anyways, what's the point of even running this version? As fun as it is being able to one-shot Explore 12, its consistency at doing so is like 30% chance, it feels like. It just does not want to one-shot sometimes. Yeah, to be able to get them above level 18, you have to ascend them with rarity. The main ways you do this is doing blue orbs on them or getting more copies of them. And it's based on what rarity they are. One way that you can try to offset, because based on you saying that, that means you mostly only have up to epics right now, which means you probably don't have that many legends. One thing you want to be doing every single day is your 3 daily dungeon battles. If you go click on this little middle button right here, it brings you to Underspire, and every single day you can do 3 of these battles. And these give you a lot of shards that let you open up for kingdom stuff. And actually, I might as well go for one that I'm missing, because I haven't actually been getting a couple of these. I've just kind of been letting them sit around. But basically, let me double check one I'm missing. Not the Drake Egg, that's the one that's not on drop table yet. This one, I guess. Hellgate. So if you go to one where you see something that you want, some pretty good ones early on. Actually, probably the first one you want to go for is either Deep Hive or, where's the other one? Amethyrax. But Deep Hive has a 4x cleanser and a really heavy true damager option. It's really, really good at extra turning and just doing a ton of damage. But yeah, Deep Hive and Amethyrax. This like mushroom one. Really, really great for throwing shards on early. But where's the place I was going to go? It was called Hellgate. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to go get this one that I'm missing real quick. But yeah, throwing shards on these can give you pretty easy legends. They're a lot more accessible than pretty much any other legend in the game. Like here, we just got a pretty decent AoE option here that boosts based on souls. It's a great way to get legends, and they go up to level 19. Ah, there's the one I was looking for. Nice. All right, there we go. We got it. Perfect. But honestly, I should go get all of those later. If it wasn't on like a billion boosters, I probably would right now. Because I haven't been doing a lot of the weekend events for them just to save on gems. Because normally to complete out those events, I think it's like almost 500 gems per event thingy. So I've just been not doing it and just saving them. Because we're at the point where we don't really need the shards or anything, since we have like pretty much everything from Underspire. So I've just been saving the gems and using our excess shards to get them later down the line. How do you get blue orbs? They're from Chaos Orbs. So they're a bunch of red random orbs that you get from various activities. The main ways that you get them are from weekly events, but also from spamming Vault Event weekends, which we are currently in right now. As during Vault Event weekends, you get Vault Keys, and in those Vault Keys, you can get those orbs. And it is by far the best way to get a bunch of orbs. Is Vault Event weekends, which is currently today, tomorrow, and Sunday. About once a month for these 3 days. But beyond that, there's a bunch of weekly events. Like, if you're not in a guild yet, you definitely want to be. Because there's a bunch of guild-related events. There's a bunch of other things that you can do just every single week. And doing them, quite a few of them have random orb rewards, which have upgrades for pretty much everything in the game. Everything from saving you souls, to saving you trait stones, to saving you copies of troops, to even just upgrading weapons and a bunch of stuff like that. A lot of really useful ones. As well as a lot of endgame material. Like, the main ones we're normally looking for whenever we open them is pet orbs and glory orbs. Glory orbs, so when you pretty much fully max out a troop, lets you get a few more stats on them, as well as gives them like a gold little border thingy. As well as the pet orbs allowing you to upgrade pets. And while some pets are cosmetic, there are a few that give you a little bit of extra stats. Those extra stats add up quite a bit. Oh, nice, we got our first angel of today. Unfortunately, the drop is horrifically bad. We'll take it. Yeah, we haven't done a new player series in a very long time. The last one we've done was several years ago. But you know how long it's been? It was when the Switch version of the game came out, which I think was like 2017. That's how long it's been since we've done a new player playthrough. They're a lot of fun, though. I like starting from scratch in this game. The meta that you use for your first few weeks to a month is way different than what you would do later in the game. I don't know, I might do it again at some point, we'll see. If I was to do it, I would probably want to do it after they add the obelisk system or whatever they're doing later this year. I always forget the name of it. But they have some kind of new system that's going to be rebalancing pretty much everything in the entire game later this year. And if we were to make a new account, we'd probably do it after that. As that's going to be determining a new meta for like years to come. As far as how things work and everything. I keep forgetting what they end up calling it. It's not called Citadel. It's not called Obelisk. They called it some kind of weird name. But a new system, I believe, is coming later this summer or later this year, one or the other, sometime this year. It's pretty much going to change how you go about doing pretty much every battle. Is they're going to be adding counters to extra turn spam, AoE spam, potentially even skull spam, like all like the metas that ever come out at any point. You'll be able to basically hard counter at least one of them at any given time. It'll be interesting to see how that mechanic works, because it sounds really broken. It will definitely change the meta for the game for pretty much all of time once they implement it. Whereas the meta has been a little bit stagnant recently, especially with the new Dragonite dragons they've been adding. Because those just become so strong. Like the new flower one that came out a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever it was. Like this guy. They just become so much stronger than every other option. But there will be more counterplay to them in the future. Yeah, there's a problem with a lot of videos going over new player stuff for this game. Is I know most of my new player guides are like several years old at this point. Mostly because I don't bother remaking them like every single year. Honestly, I probably should. There's a lot of videos I kind of want to make an updated video for. As well as some things we've never covered before that I kind of want to cover. These require a lot of video editing that I'm not really good at. Because I want to cover a bunch for specific topics in the game too that I just never really covered. Like what are all the positive status effects, what are all the negative status effects, going over all the power gems. So there is a tab now in-game that goes over them. But before we had this tab in-game, it was so annoying figuring out like what each one did. Because if you didn't remember what it said at the beginning, you would never know. But they actually did add an in-game feature for that, oddly enough. They added that about half a year ago. So a video on that isn't as relevant now. But the other ones still aren't really as explained as well. Like the fact that we're diseased right now and getting 50% less mana. Which I think it is described here, though, if you wait long enough. It'll say that we're diseased, and it'll say what disease does. You gotta wait, like, forever for it to pop up, though. Oh, never mind, it's on this one. Yeah, there it is. Disease halves the mana or troop gains. There is a cumulative 10% chance to recover it per turn. But it does show you, but it's kind of hidden behind, like, a billion menus. Oh, nice, a nano. That's one of the better ones. Yeah, we'll do one more. Actually, we'll do 2 more sets so we can get 1 more chest, and then we'll go back to doing another Palooza. Does the game have cross-save? Yes and no. Only for PC Mobile. Unfortunately, it is only PC Mobile cross-save, which is generally the main version of the game. You can still be playing it on consoles, of course, but every single console version only interacts with that console version. So PlayStation only interacts with PlayStation 4 and 5. Xbox only interacts with Xbox. Switch only interacts with Switch. The only one that is technically slightly cross-platform is PC Mobile, but even that's only between PC Mobile. There's one big downside of Gems of War overall, is it's not just like one mega server. It's basically divided into 4 servers, where PC Mobile is probably the main server, and then every console version is separated between Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch all being separated. Maybe that's when we make the new account. Maybe on the Switch 2 we'll go make a new Gems of War account. Since the last one we made was on the Switch, I might actually go do that, like, legitimately. I'm pretty sure it'll be integrated with the Switch servers, though. I highly doubt it would be its own fresh server. It'd be so much fun if it was its own fresh server, though. It's one of the few situations where a fresh server for it would actually be a beneficial thing. Because starting fresh with everyone else would actually be a lot of fun. Yeah, honestly, right now, since it's a Vault event weekend, it's still not too late to go make a PC Mobile version then. I would say it's the primary version of the game. It's definitely perfectly fine. There's still a lot of player base on every console version. But I would say the primary version is PC Mobile. Especially if you want to take it on the go. Because then you have access to Steam Deck, you have access to, obviously, mobile device, stuff like that. The mobility of it's a lot better. Compared to PlayStation and Xbox that are basically stationary. But honestly, right now is the best time to ever be making a new account. Vault event weekends are by far the best time to be farming any loot. So now is the time. Still not too late to transition. He's getting back to where you are right now at that point won't take that long at all. Oh, so I feel like there's a lot of more newer player guilds on PC Mobile as well. Especially if you check the forums. Like if you go to gemsofwar.com underneath the forum section. Also, people normally recruit in Global Chat 1 as well. Which if I go there right now, we'll probably see like 3 recruits. But if you go to chat and go to global chat 1, there's one right there. But this one is a little bit of a higher requirement though. But there are like new recruit guilds as well. But, oh yeah, even Isabel. I thank you, Isabel. That's actually my guild leader right now. Or actually, technically it's my guild, but she's been leading it recently. And been doing a great job. But yeah, even she's recruiting for us right now. That's funny. But yeah, if you check global chat 1, it's normally a bunch of people recruiting. There's already like 4 right there. Unfortunately, most of those are endgame guilds though. None of those are actually newer player guilds. But they do pop up if you keep an eye on them. They're just joining a random guild's also fine. Being in a guild is generally pretty important though, because you get a lot of free loot. Oh, you spent about 300 or 400 on the game already? Oh gosh. Yeah, as far as purchases that are worth it, that's another video I've been wanting to cover in recent times again. I would say the main ones that are really worth it is getting Death Knight armor, because it gives you a lot of bonuses and it makes it so you don't need to get a bunch of other armors, which saves you about 1,000 gems as well. But getting Death Knight armor for, I think, 20-25 bucks, it used to be 50 back in the day, and had different rewards for it, but I think it's only like 20-25 right now. It's one of the better offers they have. But getting Death Knight armor for 20-25 bucks, whatever it is, and buying whatever the season passes are at any given time are generally the best 2 things to be going for. There are a few other things here and there that are worth it, but I would say those are the main 2. Getting Death Knight armor from the one-time purchase, and then just doing whatever season passes come around for anything. These most of them are about 5 to 10 bucks. The only one that's somewhat not worth it is the PvP season pass. PvP season pass, while it does give you a bunch of basically mythic rarity things pretty quickly, it's pretty pricey. I think it's like 15 bucks. If you're spending that much, it probably wouldn't be that bad to go do. The only problem is doing enough PvP to get all the rewards takes a while. But how much I play, I haven't even been hitting it. Oh, nice, our first Mimic. So there's a chance whenever you go do an Explore battle that you get a Mimic chest. Getting a basic Mimic is 2 times the amount of reward you would have gotten. And there's a 10% chance it becomes a 5 times chest, which gives you even more. Let's see, do we get it? Oh, we got it! And also, in this chest, there's a 10% chance I believe you get the Mimic Troop. It's actually among one of the hardest achievements in the game. I think it has less than 1% completion. There are several with less than 1%. But it's one of the more annoying things to grind. If you really power grinded it, you could probably get it done in about a month. But it requires a lot of hours to Explore 12. I think on average, it takes like 150 hours of just Explore 12. But let's see. Do we get it? Do we get it? No, we got a Rainia and just Orpheus. Pretty average drop. Not awful though. But no, we didn't get the troop. Though I don't need it, I already have 2 of them. But did we just get a Horde Mimic? Basically, whenever you open a chest from Explorer, there's a chance you get more loot from it. There's also a really rare achievement for getting a troop that's in that 5 times chest we just got. It's basically a 10% roll into a 10% roll into a 10% roll. There's a 10% chance whenever you get the chest that's a 2 times chest. Then there's a 10% chance that 2 times turns to a 5 times. And a 10% chance that in that 5 times chest you get a really rare troop. The troop itself is pretty useless, but there's an achievement for it. You also use it for kingdom upgrading Dragon's Claw. It does help get the star level up. There's one of the things that kind of sets up like all the systems in the game is the star level. Honestly, you can pretty much play completely free to play once you start getting kingdoms upgraded. The amount of gems you get per hour from tribute is so insanely high. Because whenever you get multiple tributes at once, which in endgame, each one is like 50-something% chance. Whenever you get multiple at once, you get a bunch of gems every single hour. And I think at the current state of the game, I get like 30 gems an hour every time I click it. You do have to manually like check it though. Like it doesn't stack. Like if you don't check it for 10 hours, it isn't going to stack 10 hours worth of gems. But every single hour, you just claim a ton of gems later in the game. Earlier on in the game, you're likely only get a few from it as you get the system going, but eventually it starts giving a lot of payout. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I was going to do a Palooza. Oh yeah, let me go set up again. Let's go do another Palooza. Where's my setup right now? Get our Ironhawks going just to have the right team. It took you about 1 month, so very correct. It's hard achievement. Yeah, it's about 1 month of literally just Explore 12. You basically have to go out of your way to get it. I did when it first came out. Obviously, I don't do that much Explore 12 these days. Though I've been doing it a little bit more ever since we got that new troop. Like the new Fairy Fire into the Flower Dragon. Has been a fun combo. Oh yeah, we're back to 14 since we got the verse earlier. Nice, perfect. All right, let's keep going. Let's go get all of our loot. Every time you unlock a new kingdom, you level it to 5-star. That's actually a really good way to go about it. I believe you get an extra stat at 5-star as well. But yeah, that gives you a lot of your starting base stats, so you're already at the perfect strategy. Because honestly, that's one of the first things you want to be doing. Is using gold to get every single kingdom to level 10 and trying to get every single one to 5 stars. Those are like the 2 biggest priorities when you first start out the game. The game doesn't really tell you that, but as far as like the actual meta of the game, that's generally the best way to go about it. Is immediately rush level 10 with gold on every single kingdom and get to star level 5 on every single kingdom. And if you need the legendary troop, if you are going to make a new PC account or mobile account, which are both cross-platform with each other, if you are going to do that later, one really easy way to get the legend for any kingdom if you're missing it, for the 5-star, is go throw Chaos Shards like we were showing earlier at anything in Underspire. Or Underworld, I mean. When you go to Underworld, there's a bunch of different areas and a bunch of portals, and you can do 3 of those battles per day. You could also spend gems to do more, but 3 days is normally enough. But those resources that you get there open up those portals, and those portals are some of the easiest ways to get some base legends, which count as a legend towards the 1 legend requirement for 5-star kingdoms. And that's a great way to start building up your base stats, because I believe you get 1 stat for hitting 5-star kingdom and another base stat for hitting level 10 on the kingdom, which gives you a huge buff compared to having none of them. Like, your stats will skyrocket doing that to every kingdom compared to none. That's where a lot of early game stats come from. And I wish the game would start pointing people more in that direction, because I feel like that's the main thing that makes people quit, is they feel like their stats are way too low in early game. But I think it's mostly because people aren't prioritizing 5-star kingdoms and level 10 kingdoms immediately. Because the game never really tells you, like, that's absurdly high priority. But anyone who has ever played this game for a while pretty much know if they ever make a new account, like, that's like the first thing you're ever doing. Because you have so low stats before you start doing that. And it forms a nice baseline for the rest of the game. As well as kind of just introduces you to most of the content in the game by that point. As you'll have a little bit from every single kingdom, all the storylines done, stuff like that. But if you ever have any questions, let me know. We stream every single Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is an hour prior to now. And we also stream a couple other days, depending on if there's stuff going on. Like right now, when there's Vault Event Weekend. But because of Easter, I won't be able to stream any other day this weekend, but we will be back on Monday. At this time tomorrow night. I mean, on Monday night. That's hello, Genki! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't had a code for a while. Let me find another code. But there you guys go. Those codes are only usable on PC Mobile, but whenever we hand out codes, they basically just give a little bit of resources. I think it's 2,500 gold, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 250 souls or whatever it was. It's not a lot, but for a brand new account, it could definitely help out a lot. Most people, I think, mostly do it for the gem key. The gem key is the main reward in it. As those are normally saved to get mythics or just content in general. A gem key drop table when trying to catch up is by far the most useful one in the game. Like if you stop playing the game for a few years and revisit the game. Like the first thing you're doing is dumping like 1 billion gem keys to try to catch up on everything. It actually has a lot of systems to help newer players catch up, which is pretty nice. Like pretty much in 1 year, you can have an account that pretty much looks like ours. Or any other endgame account. It might be missing a few things here or there, but pretty much within 1 year, you can pretty much catch up to everyone else in the game. It's only the first month where you're really far behind, maybe in the first few months. But after that, by the first year, pretty much every account looks the same. Like, an account that's been playing for 1 year almost looks the same as an account that's been playing for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or something. Just getting above that initial hurdle once you start getting everything. The only thing that's really hard to do on a new account is like 100% completion, like true 100% completion. But I don't think anyone in the entire game has done that yet. There are things that are so hard to go for sometimes. So true 100% isn't really even feasible. I said hello, Rob! Hello, Jason! Welcome, welcome. We are pretty close to it, though. We're definitely not the closest, though. There are definitely people closer. The main thing that's really annoying are the mortals these days, because they're a relatively newer mechanic. It's basically a PvP mechanic that gives you a bunch of mythic rarity things, basically. Some of them are weaker than mythic, some of them are stronger, but mostly they're kind of just like free mythics almost. But the problem is getting a lot of them requires you to spend like $15 every PvP season. which personally I haven't been doing beyond the first PvP season. Also requires you to play a lot of PvP. Like, I think per PvP season lately, I've only been hitting 100k, and you need like 180k to finish it. If you really power grinded it, you could get it done in a couple days, 180k, like the whole thing for like the 11-week thing. But, I don't know, it takes a lot of PvP. Like, way more than the amount of dailies, because normally I just do like bare minimum dailies for PvP. I just get in, get out, do what we need to do, and then stop. I generally don't do too much more beyond that. Which is about 10k PvP points per week. The main thing that's important is getting 6,500 so you get all the rewards. But that's one thing I've always liked about Gems of War. It is so quick pace. Whenever you just want like a quick battle or few, just to pick it up and go. The speed at which the game tends to go is so quick. There are some game modes that take longer. Like a minute per battle or even multiple minutes per battle, like Guild Wars when you're really tryharding it. But the average battle when you're just quick killing stuff is like 15 seconds, not even. Like the loading screen's almost longer. Because this game definitely has a power progression. Like, you definitely feel the power progression in this game by the time you hit endgame. As you can pretty much see as your battles keep getting, like, slowly quicker and quicker and quicker and getting increasingly more synergies. Which is probably one of the funnest parts is, like, that first few weeks, month or two of the game. When you really get all that progression. I'll catch you later, Mr. Sandwich. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend. Have a good Easter if you celebrate. But yeah, Easter around the corner. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday when it rolls around. Yeah, I need to start making some of that food tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to prep any of it tonight, though. Most of it's pretty quick. Still watching previous Genki Gems of War videos? Nice. Yeah, Genki, what have you been up to recently? Still been doing Palia and everything? Haven't been doing anything with the channel? Because I haven't checked your channel in a while. Because I know you've still been playing Palia. Because every single time I see the Discord thing. I really should go check it. I haven't seen the updates in the last like half a year. It's a pretty chill game. I just personally wouldn't farm it for thousands of hours. It's really fun though. You did your first live in about a couple of months, like a few days ago. Not doing much. You were sick for a long time. Oh no! Hope you've been feeling better. Yeah, I got really sick back in October. I'm not sure what it was. I honestly feel like it was COVID. I never bothered going and getting seen for anything. I just kind of waited it out. But it felt like a sick that I've never felt before. And I'm like 95% sure it was like COVID-19. Because it's like very different sick. I was sick for a good month back in like late September, early October. Lingered all the way till like early mid-November. Sickest I've gotten pretty much ever. It's gone now, though, luckily. Hello, Lester! Welcome, welcome. But yeah, we will be playing a new game this Wednesday for the 9-year anniversary of the channel. We're not going to be farming that game or anything, but I will be doing a one-off stream for the 9-year anniversary just to try it. We're going to be playing Dragon Wilds, which is a new survival game. Kind of like Power World, but take away the Pokemon and add magic instead. It's kind of like that. It still has base building and stuff like that and everything. But it's basically a survival game really heavily based on magic. And of course killing dragons, or fighting dragons in combat like that. It's still in really early access though. Even more so than Power World was at launch. But we'll be giving it a shot this this Wednesday. Then probably not touch it again for a year until they add more content. Yeah, we're gonna play a new game on Wednesday. It's gonna be a one-off though. We're gonna do like a 10-12 hour stream of it. And just do one mega stream. And then of course Gems of War later that night for the 9-year anniversary. Are we gonna finally do Orcs Must Die? Have they made another game for that yet? I could have sworn I saw that on a Steam page at some point. Because I've only played 1 and 2 so far, though I've never streamed either. I haven't streamed anything Orcs Must Die series yet. I played 1 and 2. I own 3, because I got it when it was on some kind of mega sale, so I was like, oh, it was only like a few bucks, might as well get it. Or whatever it was at the time. And I think they made another one recently? But I don't know too much about it. You're back and load up the PC? Nice. Welcome back, welcome back. Do a co-op stream, split fiction of popping right now. Well, technically Dragon Wilds does have co-op. There's up to 4-person co-op, though I will be doing it solo. Because I'm pretty sure Isabel and a few others wouldn't want to join up. I don't think it's cozy enough. It's kind of like medieval fantasy magic fighting. Do you know what it reminds me a lot of from what I've seen? Spellbreak. That one first-person shooter thing, or third-person shooter, whatever you call that game. But that one Battle Royale shooter, that was like one of the first shooters where it's like, you know what, this is actually not that bad. But it reminds me of that, but survival game instead. Because it has a very overly convoluted magic system, but in a good way. Dragon Wilds, that is. It was one of those games like that, where it just goes like heavily down the magic gimmick. Am I getting a Switch 2? Yes, I will be getting a Switch 2. Ideally before tariffs go above 10%. Before we're tariffing Japan by 100%. What's China's tariff at right now? 145? 245? 1,000? Does the number even matter at this point? Just tariff them $1 bajillion. He's heading towards that number very quickly. But yeah, I do want to get a Switch 2 pretty much as soon as it comes out before they tariff it by $1 billion or something. Before it costs more than a house to buy a Switch 2. Because some of the components of it come from China. Which is problematic. For tariffs. What's my Discord? Do I not have any description? I don't know, normally Isabel posts it or someone. I actually don't have my Discord on copy-paste right now. But yeah, we do have a server for it. I personally don't use it too much. If you ever want to message me directly, just message me, I think it's Tested the Terror on Discord. If you just message me directly, I can see it. Because I generally don't check my server too often. Because I barely ever use Discord that often. But if someone directly messages me, I do generally see it. Another Palooza down, nice. Oh, we still got the EXP boost going. Okay, we have enough for one more set. That way we could do it on PvP or Explore if we want to. Honestly, I think we're just gonna do one more Palooza. Seems like a nice one. Nice. We already got 14 pity keys already. And on top of whatever we already got, which is... How many is that? Wow, we've gotten 46 keys so far, not even counting epics. I forgot what epic number we started at. But we started at 40 normal vault keys, so we're already at 46, not counting pity. Not too bad. All right, let's go run one more Palooza then. All right, let me go into another code as well. Here you guys go. Enjoy. There you go. Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're doing, Palooza again. Go back, not that. Not PvP. Wrong menu. Soulforge, other. This will be the last Palooza we run tonight. Definitely not the last one this weekend, but the last one at least for the stream. Though our next stream won't be until Monday after the event. Which actually, what is happening on Monday? Is there anything big? What day is it? That'd be Sword's Edge. We only got Bounty Hunter. It's a pretty tame... Excuse me, it's a pretty tame week. Yeah, not too much going on next week. Well, that's good, because I already know the title for the Monday video. It's the same title we do every anniversary week. Where it's like 7 years of doing this video, 8 years of doing this video, 9 years of doing this video every single week. Yeah, I already know the title for next week's Monday video. 9 years of these. But it has been. It's not clickbait. We have been doing it 9 years every single week. Which is kind of crazy to think about. It's like a third of my life pretty much at this point. What's the code for? They give a little bit of extra resources whenever you claim them. It only works on PC mobile version of the game though. Which I guess now that you're making a PC account would end up working out. But yeah, you use it on that website right there and it just gives you a bunch of resources. Not a lot, but for a brand new player, like if you're making an account right now, it helps out a ton. It's 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Nothing crazy, but it helps. The gem key is probably the biggest reward in it. This is by far the most valuable thing in it. I said, Little Bill Warhammer! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. All the billion hellos, welcome, welcome. Hey, we haven't seen Isabel or Cookie tonight. Probably busy playing Palia. Whatever they're grinding these days. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Lester wasn't here tonight either. I think the new Pokemon event's this weekend. Not sure if we're doing it this weekend or next weekend. Probably message him on Discord. Not sure if he's busy this week. Because honestly, I wouldn't know about any of those unless he tells me. The way I keep up with Pokemon news is whenever Tyrion tells me. Because I don't keep up with any of it at all. It's the only way I know when anything happens. Because I haven't really been following it much the last year. We got really into it a year ago, or like 2 years ago for like a year. I think it was like 2022 or 2021, I can't remember. But we got like really into it for a year. And then after that, we like barely touched it. I still keep up with some things for it, but barely anything. They do have a new game coming out later this year though. Which we definitely will do. As long as the game's not like over $100 by now, then by tariffs. The fact that they're charging like $70 for every game though is kind of absurd though. Like at least at launch for the Switch 2, Mario Kart for $50 is like the only thing I'm going for just because it's bundled together. Because there is zero chance of spending $80 or $70 for it. That would mean, though, if that Pokemon game doesn't come down in price, that would be the first game I ever buy for $70 or more. And it is definitely not worth $70 or more. $10 for the welcome tour is kind of crazy as well. There's a lot of things that are really weird decisions for the Switch 2. That is basically just going to make it a Wii U all over again. But unlike the Wii U, I actually do plan to get a Switch 2. Which is kind of funny because I never got a Switch at launch. It took like years until I finally ended up getting it. It took until Smash came out, like 2 years later. But I actually will be getting a Switch 2 immediately at launch, pretty much. Within the first few months. Mostly out of tariff concerns, though. Because honestly, it might be cheaper getting it now than later. Because the price can't possibly go down, it's only going to go up. Not necessarily even because of them, but because of tariffs. Though a lot of their pricing was before all the tariff stuff. So they're still being greedy, regardless how you look at it. Like a full proper Switch 2 setup with like an extra set of Joy-Cons, 2 Pro controllers, the webcam, is over $1,000. And that's with like one game that gets bundled with it. That's not even counting like if you want more games. Like just a basic buy-in, if you want to do any amount of local multiplayer, is pretty much $1,000. It is insane. Because you would need at least 2 Pro controllers, which are almost 100 each. You would need at least 1 extra set of Joy-Cons, which is 100 for the pair. You need the camera thing, which I think is like 55 bucks. And this is all before tax as well, and before tariffs. Yeah, it adds up to a lot. I'm just getting the base console initially, though. Which I think is like 500 bundled with the game or something. At a 0% tariff, that is. We'll see if it's tariffed by then or not. Because counting all peripherals and everything, it's more than a Steam Deck. Like, if you were to buy the most expensive version of a Steam Deck, it is cheaper than just the bare minimum for everything for Switch 2. It's actually crazy how expensive it is. Yeah, I think a lot of people who normally were here moderating for us, I think the reason is because they weren't expecting a Friday stream. Since we haven't been streaming Gems of War as much. That's all good, though. I don't expect them to be here every time. Alright, back to being a Gems of War channel. We never stopped being a Gems of War channel. Just because I play it slightly less doesn't mean we stopped. It's a slight burnout from playing it for, you know, like 10 years straight. I still really enjoy the game, though. Brighter Shores is dead. Yeah, Brighter Shores is, like, mega dead. It's not going to stop me from playing, though. I actually still really enjoy Brighter Shores. For the same reason I would never stop playing Gems of Wars, like the same reason, honestly, I would never stop playing Brighter Shores. It does need a good year or two before it really gets all the features it needs, though. But, I don't know. I still really enjoy Brighter Shores. I'll still be playing it every day until then. I've been playing it way less. Mostly just doing, like, bare minimum dailies. I've still been doing it. Which is what I do for Gems of War a lot of days, too, whenever we're not streaming it. Just go through the dailies in, like, 10 minutes to, like, half an hour or so. Do every daily that's relevant, and then get in, get out. That's pretty much how I've been playing Brighter Shores lately. Finish every daily within, like, 10 to 30 minutes as well, and then stop for the day. Yeah, I feel like gaming has gotten a lot more normalized over the years. Oh no, it's something I've always enjoyed my entire life, though. Because I've been doing gaming-related things since, like, what, 3-4 years old, to some degree. The first console I ever had was an N64 way back in the day. Back when it was still, like, somewhat newer. Actually, I think the first game I ever played was a Star Wars racing game. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It had an interesting mechanic where every single... they actually made a remake of it for the Switch as well. I never bothered buying it yet. Because I was originally just going to play it on original hardware. But I might just buy the Switch version at some point. But, yeah, it's basically a car racing game. Or not car, but, you know, the ship things that you have in Star Wars. Those things. But what's interesting about it is every single piece of your ship had durability on it. So during the fight, some of it would actually explode if you take too much wall damage or anything else. Or if you keep getting rammed too much by other players. It's an interesting mechanic. Because I think your ship had at least like 4 to 5-ish different parts or so. Each one had a durability system, and if one exploded, you'd have such a bad time. And if too many explode, you just completely blow up. There's a new tennis game on Steam, 100% positive rating. Academy Love Saga Tennis Angels EX. Oh gosh. This sounds like a dating sim. But yeah, the two main genres we've been playing lately as far as gaming is definitely MMO and turn-based strategy. Definitely my biggest two. And just RPGs in general, regardless of genre of RPG. There's even the thing that we're going to be playing on Wednesday. Well, you can look at it as a survival game, because it is a survival game, probably is its primary genre. It is basically still just an RPG. Just with a survival game coat of paint. I do generally prefer turn-based RPGs, though. But real time is fine, too. So I feel like this Palooza is almost done. Oh no. The death of the Palooza. Oh yeah, let me go in out one last redeem code as well. This will probably be the last one we do. Nice, another epic vault key for the pile. Love to see it. Right, there you go. Probably the final code. Because by then all the boosters will be gone. We had a little over an hour of them. Though, of course, those boosters don't apply to the extra gold you get. Like, when you use a gold booster, it doesn't apply to Gnome, but you still get it for the base number for each battle. That's why we're doing some Explore 12 during it. Is it coming 6/9/2025? Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, doesn't Easter fall on 4/20 this year? That's kind of funny. As far as funny numbers. The Easter and 4/20 is the same day. But no, we're still clean. We don't do any drugs, don't do any drinking, anything like that. I get way too addicted to things to ever start. Which is why I would always stay away from stuff like that. We're already addicted to gaming. That's enough addiction. The only time I've ever gambled, I've been pretty good about never getting addicted to gambling. I'm actually quite in the green when it comes to any kind of gambling mechanic. Though I've never actually been to like a real casino though. But any online gambling I've ever done, I'm actually in the green. Like thousands of dollars. Because I know when to stop. But also because of luck. Like, the second I get even, like, 10% red, I would, like, immediately stop. Did you ever give up voting for the presidential elections last year? No. But no, we never ended up voting last year. Actually, the last time I voted, I think was in the Democratic primary for... Was it 2016 or 2020? I can't remember. Which... I think it was 2016. And it was for Bernie Sanders back then. It was like the only time I ever voted. Every other time I never bothered. So I've actually never in a single presidential election ever voted for someone. Mostly because I never really cared for who was on either side. Because I'm not just going to vote against someone. Like, I want to vote for someone. And just neither side has been putting someone up who I'd want to vote for, personally. Oh no, the Palooza's done! Come back! Aw, sad. I still find it crazy when some people mention like they'd never voted all the way up until like their 50s or 60s or 70s or something, and deciding for the first time that they're finally gonna vote. It's something that's kind of like weird in America, because most people just don't vote. Oh, we gotta complete a Delve daily. Okay, I guess I'll do that real quick. I'll do that for City of Thieves. Is a very sure voter participation in America is like less than 50%. If anyone still has any other questions or anyone want me to go over, do let me know. Because otherwise, as soon as we finish out this set, we'll probably be calling it for tonight. Let's get this last whole thing down. This year would be a good time to reevaluate voting. True. Yeah, Trump's been definitely a character and a half, that's for sure. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other things? Otherwise, we will be back on Monday to do all the weekly stuff. We'll have the weekly video as well as the normal Monday stream as we do at 8 p.m. Eastern Time as we do every Monday. Beyond that, we'll be doing the 9-year anniversary stream on Wednesday then, as well as doing Dragon Wilds for the first time during the day on Wednesday. And that's pretty much the game plan there. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful Easter, a wonderful 420, whatever you celebrate this weekend. And I will catch you guys later. We're a bit behind on Journey. Are we? I can go through some more battles later then if I need to buy a pack. Are we that behind though? Last I checked, we're like 1 day away. Because I've done all my battles. We're like right in the middle. But now we're done with Journey tomorrow. But now we're not really behind on Journey. Like, we'll have it done by Sunday. For sure. As long as everyone does their battles. But I think the other problem is we're missing 2 people. Although I saw Isabel was recruiting earlier, so thank you, Isabel. But if anyone still wants to join the guild, I think we have 2 spots open right now. Isabel in Global Chat was recruiting earlier as well. But, yeah, there she is. But, yeah, we still have 2 more spots we got to fill before Guild War. Though I think we have, like, another month before Guild War, so we still got plenty of time. But having those slots makes getting the requirements for the weekly events a little bit easier. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Best of luck with the holidays. Have fun, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.